has music always been a part of your life?
Yeah, kind of. I grew up with dancing, so I feel like in that way, yes. I started dancing when I was 3, but I moved out to LA when I was 8, and I started off with acting, and then I got into singing more so when I was like 10, 11. So I started really falling in love with music at like 11 probably, but I feel like it's always been like one of my favorite things to do and just sing with my sisters and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I think so.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Um, do you remember if there was a specific time when you kind of decided, like, yes, I'm going to start pursuing music?
Yeah, so I took singing lessons at this dance studio that I went to. So I took singing lessons with my sister. We took them together because I was too scared to go by myself. Um, and then I auditioned for Kids Bop, and then I got that, and that's kind of where I started really loving music as like an actual career. So I feel like that's where I kind of really fell in love with music. And then after Kids Bop, when I left, I feel like then I started working on music for myself and then working on like piano and now starting guitar. So I feel like that's probably where I found love for music.
Awesome. What's your favorite part of making music?
I love the writing process actually. I do writing camps and I get to meet like a bunch of new writers and I get to spend time with my producers. So probably the writing process and I get to just talk about all of my fun stories that I have growing up in LA because I have a lot. So probably the writing process, yeah.
Nice. What is your process for writing?
Well, like I said, we have writing camps. So we take weeks or like 1 week out of the year. We do this a couple times a year. I've been doing this. We take 1 week and we go in the studio every day. And what I used to do is have two different rooms that I would go back and forth between with a couple different writers in each room. And I would spend time in each room talking about one story that I really want to talk about in one song. And then we sit there and we write some lyrics, write some cool lyrics. We get some music, melodies, and stuff. And then I switch to another room and do the exact same thing there. And then I just go back and forth between rooms and just kind of check up on how's everything doing. If I have any lyric ideas, talk about that. If I have any additional things to the stories I can add on. But that's what I've been going through for the past 2 years for my writing process. I'm kind of with a new team now and stuff, so I'm excited to see what the new process is going to be in the future. But yeah.
That is exciting for sure. So, like overall, how would you describe your sound and your music?
Well, I feel like it's very poppy. I love like music that makes you feel. So I feel like if I were to compare, I love Phoebe Bridgers' music and Gracie Abrams. Those are like my two idols. So I mean, they're amazing, but if I were to say what my inspiration for my music style is, definitely them.
Nice, nice. They're definitely two of the greats for sure.
Right.
So with your music, are you like, I don't quite know how to ask this like eloquently, but are you start like continuing to experiment with certain things, or did you kind of find your own niche that you're like, yes, this is me?
Oh yeah, I'm always experimenting with my music. I don't know if I've found the perfect sound for me yet. I mean, I feel like everybody's experimenting always and growing and stuff, but that's what I love about music is I feel like I can always have that and always try new things as I'm maturing and growing older. So definitely, oh, especially now, I'm trying to experiment with a bunch of different songs and music styles and genres and stuff like that. So always experimenting.
That's really cool. And your newest single, Hurt a Little, is going to be dropping in about a month. Um, I got to listen to it. It's beautiful. Um, what inspired it?
I feel it. Okay, so every it's called Hurt a Little, and it's basically wanting in a breakup or a friendship breakup, for the other person to just show a little bit of compassion, I guess, and to not hide their feelings, because when another person hides their feelings, it's always not the greatest because then the other person just feels more lonely and like more alone and feeling that they're the only one that is hurt by this breakup. So I feel like it's say I was the person I'm the person singing the song, right? And I want the other person to hurt because they're not showing any compassion and they're not showing any hurt and they're just showing that they're fine and they don't care. That makes you feel alone. So I feel like everybody's gone through that in LA, especially all of my friends I know. But everybody just goes through that in life, even if you don't live in LA. I mean, everybody goes through that at some point in their life. So I feel like a lot of people could relate to it, possibly.
I definitely can, for sure.
Yeah. I'm sorry that you can relate to that.
It is what it is, but
Yeah.
we got a great song out of it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this directed at anyone in particular, or is it more directed at that feeling?
It's no, it's not directed at anyone. I know from the past couple of years, I've definitely gone through multiple friendships that have hurt, some relationships, but it's not, no, it's just more directed towards that feeling and everybody combined, basically.
Nice. And with the song drop, there's also going to be a music video that goes along with it. Is there anything that you can tease about that?
I don't want to give too much away because I'm actually really excited for this one. And I want to make sure that it's perfect before we release it and before I talk about it because I don't want to like spoil anything or do anything like that. So you guys will just have to see, I guess.
Well, I can't wait.
Thank you.
um, my final question for you before I let you go is just what are your musical goals for the future?
Well, I would really love to make either an EP or an album. I'm definitely working towards that right now. I think that it'll just be amazing to work on that. It's one of my favorite things, listening to albums and stuff. So definitely to work on an album, which hopefully is coming soon.
My fingers are crossed for you.
Thank you.
Um, awesome. Thank you so much for chatting. I loved the song and I got to listen to some of your other songs, and I'm a fan.
Thank you so much.